welcome everyone, and it's wonderful to be on a meeting with you, my friends in Ukraine. I think a lot about your country and your situation, and my prayers and hope is with you, and you all have a great spirit. Andrew died recently, who started UA, and Andrew always said that you had to really work your program and have a sponsee and connect in with it. You couldn't just be doing a meeting here and there. You had to really work it. And he had a lot of good things to say, and I'm sorry to see that he's gone, but I was thinking, look, people in the Ukraine are doing a meeting. They're doing them all over the world. And so the thing I've learned, I've been in UA
Hey, just a moment. Can you give me the chance to translate, because I'm very precious. I think your words are very precious for all of us. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Just some time. Thank
I
you.
forgot.
Oh, yes. Бібі з Брукліну, Бібі недозаробляюча, і вона рада вітати всіх нас. Вона читала б дуже багато про нашу країну, і вона з жалем відмічає, що, на жаль, цього тижня пішов Ендрю, який завжди казав, що вам треба, єдина ваша мета – це працювати по програмі, а також мати підспонсорних. І коли вона почула, що на нашій групі відбуваються міжнародні зустрічі, і українці проводять такі щотижневі зустрічі, вона дуже зраділа, сказала, що так, це дійсно мій шанс так робити, як казав Ендрю. Please go ahead, Bebe.
Okay. Well, let me begin when I was younger. I came into this meeting 9 years ago to UA, and I didn't really do it I didn't really work it so much in the beginning. You can.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I'm very glad you can feel that. Бібі прийшла в програму 9 років тому, і, чесно кажучи, що вона на початку програми нічого не робила.
Okay, so what I did in this program was I broke up with a man I'd been with for 20 years. And after I left my marriage, I got involved with him, and he was my supposed manager.
І єдине, що я зробила, це я вийшла із шлюбних відносин з чоловіком, в яких я пробула більше 20 років, і він став моїм по професії менеджером.
Okay, I had a theatrical rock and roll act, and I had screenplays and stuff, and he wanted to manage me, and I had left my marriage, and I fell in love with him.
Він хотів продовжувати керувати мною і керувати всіма моїми життєвими процесами, але я вирішила вийти з цього.
And I was in program. I was not in UA at the time. And I thought that we were healthy and healing and stuff. And I really, this was my biggest UA thing of all. I was really addicted to him. And
Thank you. Я хочу сказати, що до того часу я була в іншій програмі разом з ним в програмі одужання, і ми вважали, що ми вже достатньо здорові, достатньо ступені одужали, і єдине, що я потім виявила, це те, що я була просто залежна від нього. Go ahead.
It's revealing. So I wasn't ready to be with him, and I didn't know this, but I knew it on another level. He was lying to me, and he was lying to me about things that were going on with my work and stuff that were not. And I could not face this until I was completely out of money and broken, you know. And I came into UA and found so much of what I really needed.
Справа в тому, що я зрозуміла, що я не можу терпіти того стану, в який він мене занурював. Він постійно мене обманював, і таким чином я зрозуміла, що я без грошей, я не можу діяти далі. І таким чином я прийшла до програми, виконання програми анонімних недозаробляючих.
Okay. I was an artist and always wanted to be able to do my art, which was poetry and writing and painting and performing. And we had 3 children, and I raised the children and remodeled houses and did my art on the side. And after that, no,
Окей, thank you. Я митець, і я дуже багато, у мене є дуже багато художніх мистецьких виробів, і я займалася цим протягом життя для того, щоб підняти всі з наших 3 дітей протягом того періоду, і я мала це робити.
And we moved several times with my husband's company, and I always did a house whenever we moved. And we had gone out to San Francisco, and I did not want to go moving anymore. I was finished with it. So I went to a therapist, and then I divorced my husband. And I had not worried about money very much. My dad had money, but he wouldn't give it to us. He was very tight. It hurt him to just buy Coke or something. He couldn't do that. So, I always thought there was money there.
Can I pause? Can I pause the conversation? Thank you. Okay. Ми дуже часто переїжджали, це траплялося принаймні 3. Одного разу ми приїхали до Сан-Франциско разом з його компанією, і коли ми мали поїхати, він сказав, що нам треба їхати далі. Я сказала, що більше я не можу переїжджати. А він не давав грошей, і він витрачав ці гроші на кокаїн, і це мене обурювало, і я не могла розраховувати на його допомогу.
I felt guilty in divorcing, and I did not, because I'd fallen in love with my manager, and I did not take care of myself.
Я звернулася до терапевта, коли я вже була після розлучення, і я мала відновлювати своє життя.
I had been married for 25 years and 3 children and lots of moves and stuff. And he was very successful. And I took a buyout because I couldn't stand all the drama. And it turned out to be nothing. I did not realize this till, I came into UA and looked at it all. Okay.
До того часу, як я прийшла в програму ЕНЗ, я не усвідомлювала, що мій чоловік, я була одружена протягом 25 років, і ми мали 3 дітей. Я не усвідомлювала, що він був дійсно успішною людиною, а я була ніким до тих пір, поки я не прийшла в програму.
So I had to get real about money. And 10 minutes, okay. A lot of the things I planned to do didn't quite work out. I remodeled houses, but I found out that you had to sell it. You couldn't sell it for 2 years, so that wasn't working. I sold cars, and I worked in the department stores, and I was in LA, and I didn't pursue my career so much. I mean, I wrote some screenplays and stuff, but this person that I was with he kept saying he had this big deal going, and he'd take me along with it step by step. And I wanted so much to succeed that I refused to face reality. And
can you translate?
yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Я б робила дуже багато для того, щоб мати успіх у житті. Я продавала будинок, коли ми були в Лос-Анджелесі. Я продавала машини для того, щоб преуспіти в цьому житті, для того, щоб доказати, що я дійсно людина, яка чогось варта.
My ex had told my good friend after our divorce that I got nothing. And that made me sad. I saw an attorney who said, you should come back, and this isn't right. But I didn't do it because things were going well with my band, and I was, having lots of stuff going on, and I couldn't bear to get back into it. So I came into UA, and I discovered that that I didn't understand money, and I needed to get money for what I did. So I became firmer on my contracts and stuff, and I got out of let you take it.
Окей, thank you. Коли ми розійшлися, мій чоловік казав моїм нашим спільним знайомим, що я нічого не варта. І єдине, що мені треба, це повернутися до нього, але я цього не зробила. Коли я прийшла в програму, я зрозуміла, що я не продавала значення грошам, я не розуміла їх природу. І мені прийшлося повернутися до реальності обличчя. Please go ahead.
I did the steps in UA with my sponsor, and a lot of my resentments went away. They're always they can always come back, but and it took me not too long to get a sponsor, maybe 9 months or so, and I've had that same sponsor since then, and I'm doing the steps again now. And I'm finding that it's so much deeper. I didn't do the long version. Now I'm doing the 100-question version.
Я знайшла спонсора і почала працювати по шагах, але я не придавала цьому такого важливого значення, вважала, що це не вартувало того. Але життя привернуло мене до того, що я знов повернулася до кроків. Я протягом приблизно 9 місяців знайшла іншого спонсора, і я пропрацювала ці кроки на більш глибокому рівні. Я маю на увазі той перелік кроків, там, де більше 100 запитань. Please go ahead.
I'd always believed in doing things on a high level. And a lot of times I would be afraid if I was on the low level, I'd never get up to the higher level. So I always wanted to start out at a high level. And I learned in this program that I never could ask for stuff. I mean, I wanted stuff, but I couldn't, it was hard for me to ask for help. And one thing I learned in this program was that we're all asking for help. And that I'm a beginner every day. I'm never finished with it. I'm always beginning in the program.
Я хочу сказати, що моєю проблемою було те, що я розпочинала і не завершувала. Я все починала, і я не могла завершити. Я перфекціоніст по життю, і я хотіла зробити все самим найкращим образом, але виходило в мене все-таки самим найгіршим образом. То я практично починала, і таким чином виявила, що це є моя проблема.
It's funny. So I was starting to learn to ask for what I wanted. And when I broke up with Rod, I was broke. I'd gone through my money, I'd gone through my inheritance, I'd gone through bank money, and I paid the bills all the time. And
Я хочу сказати,
he,
yes, thank you.
my
Can
partner
I
was,
translate?
he
I'm
was
sorry.
an under earner. And I played the role that my husband had played with me. I was the one who took care of everything. And he was always going to have a deal that never came through. I cleaned up my relationship with my family because I was managing a trust and I'd used some of it. And I had to meet with an accountant and go over everything, which I did. I was incested when I was very young. And I think this was my getting back at my father. I don't know, it was his trust. Okay.
Thank you. Я
9 minutes left.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Я
Did you say
хочу
5 or
сказати,
9?
oh, yes, he meant 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yes, just a moment, I will translate. Я зрозуміла, що моя проблема – це я ніколи не просила про допомогу. Я не зверталася за поміччю. Я оплачувала рахунки, я переймалася всіми домашніми турботами, а мій чоловік, він тільки укладав угоди, але не довершував нічого до кінця. І все, що мені приходилося робити, мені приходилося доводити ці всі проблеми до ладу. І так продовжувалося. І також я хочу сказати, що я в певний період в своєму юному періоді у мене був історія з інцестом. Я не дуже пригадую, хто був учасниками цього, але я також я була травмована цим.
Okay, thanks. I have an action group I meet with every 3 weeks. And we take turns, well, we meet every week and we take turns having an action group. So I have one every 3 weeks for myself. And
у мене є група по партнерству, і ми зустрічаємося кожні три тижні.
Okay. One second, I started going to the childhood trauma meetings about 1.5 years ago. And I discovered, even though I'd done therapy and incest survivors for a bit, I did not realize how much my family situation had scared me. And I started to see my little girl who I'd seen before, but I didn't know how afraid she was. She was afraid of everything. And it was in program that the wounded child meeting on Friday, the inner child meeting on Wednesday, that I started to see that these things that happen when you're little affect you when you're big if you don't deal with them. And I thought, I better stop. Okay.
Thank you. Навіть перебуваючи в терапії, я зрозуміла, що я виросла дитиною, яка боїться всього на світі, боїться всього, що її оточує.
I didn't know I was, I thought I was worth a lot, but at the same time, I would sabotage myself at the end and not get where I needed. And I learned that I have a right to be happy, joyous, and free because I'm a human being. My father did not want us to have anything. He studied to be a priest, and we were not supposed to need anything.
Я хочу сказати, що я зрозуміла в програмі, що я сама заперечувала, сама забороняла собі мати щось пристойне. Я самосаботувала себе. Я не вважала, що я достойна чогось ліпшого. І це я зрозуміла вже коли я прийшла в програму. Я маю право бути тою, яка достойна мати більше.
I realized that I was trying to do this on my own. And with my projects, I always felt I had to do everything, which I don't. You go on.
Thank you. Я намагалася робити це наодинці з життям, але самій у мене не вийшло. У мене стало получатися тільки в програмі.
I was always nervous to be in a house by myself. Even to this day, I feel like I have to do something all the time. I have to work. And in UA, with all the different categories and everything, I've learned to take, different segments and give myself time for those and not pressure myself.
Я боюся залишатися вдома, тому що у мене є впевненість, що якщо я вдома, то я маю все завжди робити. І тільки в програмі я зрозуміла, що можна диверсифікувати своє життя і приділяти увагу всім аспектам життя, навіть на те, щоб просто відпочити від того, щоб весь час робити.
I got Parkinson's 12 years ago. My son died and it came on then. And it has been a challenge because it's a nerve disease. And, eventually, I keep active, but, it's there. And sometimes I can't function. And I've learned, people say we just would take a break. And I have a hard time taking a break. But, I've learned in this program to take care of all my needs, not just, my art or my relationship. And I have 3 children and 9 grandchildren. And I actually live with my daughter who has twins. And it has been fascinating because they're now almost 10. And I've really helped raise them. And it was seeing kids all over again. It's been really fascinating.
У мене 12 років діагностували захворювання Паркінсону. У мене один із синів помер. Я мама 3 дітей і 9 онуків. 2 моїх дочки, вони близнюки. І коли я дивлюся на тих дітей, які оточують мене, я завжди пам'ятаю, по-перше, що я можу зупинитися і дати раду собі, а не приділяти увагу відносинам або чомусь ще, але коли я бачу, як вони зростають, я дуже радію.
5 minutes, Bebe.
What?
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes are left? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, I have a book right now that I'm finishing the rewrite on. It's been hard. It's really taken me to the depths of my soul. And have had a coach and have, had support with it. And I'm excited about doing that. I also have, I have a lot of projects, but I have a musical that I'm giving to a producer in New York and a theater for this musical, which was about quite a controversial subject. And what I'm learning is that I'm not my work. My work is God's, God's just talking through me when I do it. And that, I deserve to have good money from it. I cleaned up all my debts from my relationship and stuff, and have put money in the bank. And I also get retirement and Social Security. So that has been, helpful. And I do program, I do service. I have had a sponsee, and what I was going to say about doing the steps is the second time around, I'm doing the longer version. And it has the 100 questions, and I'm seeing how many, how deep and entangled this thing is, which is my experience with my writing too, deep and entangled. And I paint, but I can't paint that much anymore. It's too hard. I can't do 25 different things. And I've gotten money for my work, and I'm learning to charge what I deserve, not just one. I would always look at the very highest level and then not have all the tools together and feel that I should just be able to jump from 0 to 100, which I can't.
Can I
and-
translate, Bebe?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Thank you so much. У Бібі є багато творчих проєктів. Вона є учасником проєкту мюзикла. Вона приймає участь у кількох творчих проєктах наразі, але вона зрозуміла, що все, що вона робить, вона не має робити 25 речей одночасно. Вона наразі вже досягла того рівня, що вона має доход у вигляді пенсійного соціального забезпечення, у вигляді тих грошей, які вона заробила. Вона погасила всі заборгованості, які в неї виникали за час сімейного життя. І наразі вона зрозуміла, що її робота – це не бути прислугою до інших людей. Її робота дає їй Бог у вигляді її талантів. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Well, what I've realized is that with everything going on in the world, that we are one. We are one people, we are one planet, we are one life, and that everything that someone else does affects us. And it's a time for really looking at, my spiritual values and what do I believe. And with my higher power, I didn't trust my higher power for a while. I was raised Catholic, and I had lots of issues around it. And they say higher power, and I think, oh yeah, higher power, that's nice. But what I've started doing is just actually praying to, saying higher power, help me. And someone in our meeting had said that,
2 minutes.
okay, what did he say?
Що я хочу сказати, що протягом життя я зрозуміла одну важливу річ, що всі ми одна сутність, ми є одна єдність людей, ми є одне життя єдине. І все, що робить одна людина, вона має вплив на життя і дії інших людей. Я зрозуміла, що духовні цінності мають велике значення у житті одної людини, і воно має вплив на життя інших людей. Таким чином, ми впливаємо один на одний. І мені це стало абсолютно зрозуміло.
I realize I don't have to be in charge of stuff, that I do the actions and my higher power does the rest. And if something doesn't work out, it's because it's not meant to work out. And I think being a part of the community of UA and following the tools and stuff gives me a groundwork for living my life and having faith, because I didn't always have faith, And and I've also realized that I'm human. I have needs, and I'm not superhuman. And so I have a relationship with my family, but I'm not getting into all the business and drowning in it, which we used to do. UA has given me the understanding that that I'm precious and beautiful, and I deserve to have love in life. So
Я хочу сказати, що раніше у мене не було довіри до Бога. Я не вірила в його допомогу, але згодом я все-таки звернулася до нього і просто сказала: Господи, допоможи мені. І я зрозуміла, що я людина, у якої є потреби, які я маю, у мене є потреба забезпечувати свої власні потреби і нести за них відповідальність, робити кроки, жити за цінностями, які є в світі важливими. І таким чином я зрозуміла, що я усвідомила, що я людина, яка достойна кращого.
thank you. Is that time?
No, 35 seconds.
Okay. Okay, well, 35 seconds is 35 seconds. And I would just like to thank you all for being here and send my love and support to you in going for your freedom. And God bless. Thank you.
Все, що я хочу сказати в останні 25 хвилин, це те, що я дуже рада, що ви сьогодні зі мною, що ви прийшли. І я бачу людей, які достойні кращого, і які сьогодні тут присутні. Дякую вам за те, що запросили. Thank you so much, dear Bebe. Amazing story, very touching. It is a vibing story to the soul. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we are open to a session of Q&A session, and we can ask Bebe any question we have.
Rina,
Yes,
how it works now? How do I keep the time?
Oh yes, thank you. Please, we are about 20 minutes, so it is better if you remind in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and 2 minutes.
So how long it takes for the questions? So it's 5 minutes?
Yes, I do. I think it is about 15-20 minutes. So if you remind in 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and 2 minutes before, I have now 8:50 p.m. So in 9.
I'm gonna take the time 20 minutes, like Bebe. Oh. It's gonna be 20 times, and then 10 minutes warning, 5-minute warnings, and a 2-minute warning.
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Okay, good.
Thank you so much. So we are open for the session of Q&A. Ми відкриті для запитань. Якщо у вас є запитання, то, будь ласка, ви можете поставити їх у чаті. Bebe, I just want to ask you, what values do make you feel you are a human being, you are a precious and beautiful lady, deserving all you can deserve here in this life?
And what values make me feel that? Why do I feel that?
So what are your values that keep you?
I've been going to this little kids pod that came out of UA. Scotty, who started a meeting on Friday night, there's every night he has we get on the phone for about 40 minutes, and it's our little kids that get on the phone, and we have a question. This isn't a program thing. It's everybody's in program, but it's not. But we always ask a question about, well, how did your little kid deal with fear? And then we each go around and answer that. We have several questions. And then when we check out, we say, I see you, I hear you. And then you put in something like you may say, I'm getting stronger in my my relationships, and I'm adored or something. And then we say that, and in the name of love. And I have been doing that with my granddaughters, and she's, I see you, I hear you. And then I said, well, what do you want to say? She said, say I'm kind and nice. And so I said, you're kind and nice in the name of love. And so I think learning to take care of myself and my little kid has helped me a lot, because program, I mean, I didn't know, I thought I knew about my little kid, but I didn't really. And other people in children of alcoholics have done reparenting and stuff. And I haven't done that program, but I find that our kid is the source of our genius. And when we take care of them and don't beat them up and stuff, they'll show us their genius. And I guess, the things I write and do are always about life and love and the truth and the spiritual life, because what I can see, like with the steps, when you get in there and clean that out, it's cleaned out, and you get rid of all the gunk, so you can see something. It's sort of like decluttering. You declutter your brain. I don't know if that answers it or not.
Thank you, I will translate, and thank you for your share answer. Thank you. Я запитала, які цінності тримають Бібі в її обізнаності, в тому, що вона достойна того, що вона має отримувати від життя. Вона сказала, що їй дуже багато допомогла робота з її маленькою внутрішньою дитиною. Вона вважає, коли вона спілкується зі своєю онукою, вона її навчає, тому що вона має казати: я добра, я гарна, я примітна, я хороша. І вона вважає, що, по суті, всі діти і кожна людина в собі має усвідомити, що та внутрішня дитинка – це є маленький геній, який існує і який потребує турботи і потребує того, щоб про нього людина мала завжди пам'ятати, в тому, що вона являє собою насправді. Коли вона пропрацювала по кроках, вона саме це усвідомила, і це дуже допомагає їй в духовному зростанні. Very much. Thank you so much. And I see the hand of Sherilyn. Sherilyn, please, your question.
Thank you so much for your share. I would love more information, Bebe, about that meeting you just mentioned for the Inner Child Friday night to deal with fear, if you're able to share it.
That is the Wounded Child. It's on in New York at 9 p.m., 6 p.m. West Coast. It's in the book. It's a Zoom meeting. And they name like 25 signs of a wounded child. And there's also one.
When you say it's in the book, where do we find the link?
Under earners, under meetings.
Okay.
And there's also one on Wednesday night, Inner Child meeting. And that's at 7:15 New York time. And there's one at 11 p.m. New York time too. That's in the book.
So that's tonight.
On Wednesday. Wounded Child is tonight at 9 p.m. to 10:30. That's an hour and a half.
Thank you.
Sure.
Бібі, коли вона розповідала про роботу з внутрішньою дитиною, вона сказала, що вона проробляла цей досвід на групі, яка зустрічається у Zoom по середах і п'ятницях, і вона уточнила, який час за Нью-Йорком це відбувається в Америці. Вона сказала, що цей виход із того, що вона є поранена дитина, це група, яка називається одужання пораненої внутрішньої дитини. І там, саме там вони проробляли ці проблеми зі страхом і проблему виходу зі страху до тої геніальної дитини, що є у кожного з нас.
I have to get my cord. My computer's gonna die. I'll be right back.
Oh, yes. У Бібі трошки сідає комп'ютер, вона зараз знайде шнур, щоб його під'єднати до зарядного пристрою. So, we are open to questions. Ми відкриті для запитань, і, будь ласочка, можна її сьогодні спитати. We can ask questions.
This is George. George,
Hi, George. Glad to see you.
good to see you. Are we having questions now?
Yes, you can ask a question if you have.
I would like to ask Bebe, I would like to ask you how you communicate with your inner child and use the principles to guide the inner child.
Thank
You
you.
understand? Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
Just a moment, I will translate you. Thank you so much for
Okay.
Thank you. Джордж запитав, як Бібі використовує інструменти програми, а також вона використовує в своєму житті духовні принципи. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Well, I got some little animals that I have a rabbit and a chicken, and I sort of play with them. And I have, grandchildren, and I let my kid play with them. I talk to my little girl, and I do the kids pod 2 or 3 times a week, because that puts me right in touch with her. And I do the meetings too. I do the Friday night meeting and I do the Wednesday meeting. And what I find is that when I'm not doing program, I get in my head and I get really hard on myself. And when I'm doing program and stuff, I'm loving and patient. and she's a good little kid, and she doesn't deserve to be beat up by me. So as I said, I'm always a beginner. I never reached the end, nirvana. I have to get up every day, and I think when I play, like I love to play foosball and catch and stuff, and when I play games, the kid comes out. So my thing is to let her have some fun, not be so hard on her. I don't know if that answers your question.
We have 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes left.
Thank you, Dadu. Thank you. I will translate the answer of Bibi. Sorry? Окей. У Бібі є онуки, у Бібі є маленькі тваринки, це кролик, ципля, онуки, вони грають, вона розмовляє до своєї внутрішньої дівчинки, а вона також відвідує групи, і якщо вона каже, що якщо я не відвідую програму, у мене голова як починає знову повертатися до того старої поведінки. Але я хочу зауважити, що я завжди початківець, я не довожу справи до кінця, але я намагаюся, коли приходять онуки, грати з ними в футбол, грати і різні ігри. Я намагаюся погратися з своїми маленькими тваринками, і саме це дуже допомагає мені у одужанні моєї внутрішньої дитинки. Thank you so much, Bebe. Very, very funny and warm experience. Thank you. You're sharing this very amazing and very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bibi,
I would like to ask a question to Bibi.
yes, Vlado, please.
Yeah, thank you. Vladimir, Volodya.
Vladimir, да, прости, пожалуйста.
Vladimir. Yeah, thank you. Bibi, I heard you. I'm really impressed and I really thank you very much. I'm an adult child of children of whatever you put it. You put a name on it, and I'm that way. So I heard you talking about the way you're treating your inner child. And I have been trying to do that. I have been working on that for many years. I'm a long time, it's not a, I don't say it with pride, you know, I have been in program for a very long time. So does it take you somewhere, you know, pragmatically, and mostly when it comes to, as you said, you charge, you know, treating yourself in a certain way, like you treat your children and your grandchildren.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Okay.
The thing is, I was in DA for a long time. And whenever we do a pressure relief group, I'd always say to them, put the pen in your opposite hand. And then I'd say, is big Jimmy nice to little Jimmy? And I'd say, answer with your left hand. And they'd always say, no. Say, well, what's the problem? He won't let me do anything. And I find that last couple of years, I've done the inner child meeting and the wounded child. And I did the children's pod. And I find that those that put me more in touch with my little side, because it's my little side that gets me scared and has the magic. So I do know that a lot of people go to children of alcoholic parents and reparent. They have reparenting books and stuff like that. But I find that the meetings in UA that have come about around the inner child is really helpful, because it's the kid that won't be, you know, they won't be out there doing it. And when I free the kid, I free myself. So you could check out, those meetings
I will. Thank you so much, Bibi.
yeah, and be good to yourself, you little kid.
I used to treat myself like my father did.
Oh, I will translate your stories. Thank you so much. Владимир запитав у Бібі, скажи, будь ласка, в прагматичному сенсі, до чого привела твоя робота з травмованою внутрішньою дитиною? І Бібі поділилася тим досвідом, що коли вона працювала опрацьовувала борги у групі ГОТ анонімних боржників, вони дійсно виявили, що острах має не вона як людина, а та внутрішня дитина, що дійсно має острах усього на світі. І коли вона звільнила свою внутрішню дитину від тих страхів, вона змогла звільнити саму себе від тих страхів, що її зупиняли від заробляння в достатній мірі коштів. І таким чином вона сказала, що ти можеш також відвідати такі самі групи і можеш отримувати такі самі результати у практичному сенсі. Thank you so much. Дякую.
We have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Yes, thank you. У нас є 4 хвилинки, і ми можемо ще задати запитання Бібі.
Thank you.
And yes, thank you so much to you. Does anyone has a question? Please go ahead. Bibi, I have a question because yes, Oksana has a question and I will let her
I'm
ask her.
sorry, I talked too long and don't give you time to
Oh yes,
translate. I
Так,
forget.
доброго вечора. Я дуже вдячна за спікерську, за досвід. І цей досвід дає надію, що може змінитися багато чого в житті. І в мене запитання, який час знаходиться спікер у програмі і як змінюється її життя впродовж, який темпо, так? Що змінюється? Простіше словами, що змінюється впродовж того, як вона йде по програмі? Дякую.
Oh, Bibi, Oksana is very grateful for your sharing, and she says that your sharing even a hope for the recovery. And your question is, how long, what is the period in years in the program of UA you have, and what do you feel at what tempo your life changes?
Oh, okay.
We have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
the first question was what again? What?
2 minutes, he said.
The first question though that she was asking.
Oh, so the first question is, how long are you in program, in UA program?
Oh, 9 years.
9 років, Оксана.
But I didn't fully do it, till the last.
Але я не дуже файно її
5
виконувала.
years.
Yes.
And my tempo, I like to do a lot of things, and I was always did everything fast. I mean, I like stuff exciting, and I love music, and I love to connect with people. And I guess you could say part of me is restless and exploratory. I love to see new things and just life. Life is so sensual and beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank
I don't know
you.
if that answers it or not.
Yes, thank you so much. 9 років в програмі АНЦ, але не дуже гарно вона її спочатку її виконувала. І що вона сказала, які зміни я бачу в тому, що відбувається, я стала набувати тих властивостей, які мені були непритаманні. Я полюбила музику, я полюбила бути в зв'язку з іншими людьми. Я також полюбила бачити нове у житті, і я полюбила саме життя. Це є ті зміни, і я хочу сказати, що я терапевтка, і я дуже часто виконую речі дуже швидко, але з часом я навчилася цінувати протяжність часу в тому, що мені подобається.
Time.
Thank
Добре,
you.
дякую.
And thank you for your answer, dear Bibi.